Hey guys, back in another video. So today I got myself a gecko. Well, I got it on Sunday, but same thing. So I'm going to be talking through how easy it is to care for a gecko and what you need to do to care for it, stuff about it, and yeah. So if you're looking for a gecko, the best one to get is a crested gecko, or you want a gargoyle gecko. Depends on what you like more. I here have a crested gecko. Mine's called Fuji. He's so cute. And basically, the first thing you want to do is get a cage, soil, and then you've got to cover all the soil with moss so you can't see any soil. So if they eat the soil, they can choke and die. So basically, don't do that, right? And you also want to make sure you've got all the stuff for inside, like you can add some rocks. So I've got rocks, pathos, which is a plant, and some fake plants that just stick on, but they always fall off. And get some bark so they can climb. Before you get any of this stuff, make sure you've also got food before you get the gecko. Don't get the gecko and then go running looking for food because it needs food on its first day. You don't do that, right? Always get a UV light, and you might be able to see if you zoom in, there's a heat mat at the back, and I can just put my hand on the back and feel it. And get a thermostat, otherwise you won't know what the temperature is, and you won't know if you're about to burn the cage. So currently mine is at 27 degrees, which is quite good. And yeah, so always keep the cage shut. Always remember to look after it. Now, if this is, say, for instance, someone a bit younger than me that doesn't really look after animals that well, or so what I mean by that is like they forget to feed like their animal, then always check up on them and ask if they fed it, because these are good because sometimes they can miss a few meals and be okay because of how much they eat. And but don't do that all the time, only like once in their life. They live for like 20 years, so don't really do it. You want to get, as well, so let me just take my phone off the stand. You also want to get a kerosene, so you remember how to look after him. And if you can remember stuff really well and you won't forget all of the stuff, I can, but I just have it just in case I do forget, then get one of these. It's basically Fuji kerosene. You can just put up a little picture of him. I've got him there. And you've got more daily tasks, mist morning and evening, which I've done because I've jotted it there. You can jot down. Change water, I've done. Check temperature to 22 to 26 degrees, I've done. Spot clean, remove that and uneaten food, done. Check Fuji for health and body conditions, done. So always check them for body conditions, see if they're alright, see if they've still got a tail. Because basically when you slam doors, spook them, try and rip them off of out of their cage to hold them, or even if you literally just accidentally touch their tail and they don't even know, they can drop it, and if they're scared. So that's why you check him for body conditions, and as you can see, he's climbing up that right now. So he's all good. Feed, so that's the food, you do that once every other day. So start on Monday, then Wednesday, then Friday, then Sunday even. So we're currently on Thursday, so Friday I'll have to do it tomorrow. Wash water bowl. Now do that about every day, you can do that, or every week you about wash his water bowl. Wash food bowl. You do that. Wipe down surfaces and sanitize. Do that and add calcium powders to food. Now do that. And monthly tasks. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, right? My dad's taught me how to do the months. I'm very happy they did, because if they hadn't, I wouldn't know. You can hear the plants moving, that's him. As in that little guy. Inspect for mold. Clean all decor, leaves and rocks. Remove substrate and replace if mouldy. Weigh Fuji and make a note. So weigh your geckos and make a note. Good. Do that. And also it's quite good to get a humidity check thing. And I have here a mister. So I've got mister. They're about £2 in Pets at Home. So just go to your local Pets at Home and get some. Their food is literally just powder. So that's why I've got crested gecko, because I don't want to feed my gecko insects, because I don't want insects in my bedroom. So basically I've got powder, and you can even put in little isopods, and they are basically like, I don't know if you can see that, that's an isopod. They're basically like woodlouse, but don't just grab a woodlouse and give it to him. You can't do that. Buy some. Get the mango madness. They really like that. Or if you don't want to, you can change all the colour. Then mango madness, yep. And then when he gets ill, I put him in that box so he can go to the vets. I've got his Repton 4 times a week, Pure Calcium 3 times a week, and that's the Pentadistros off. Now this is where it gets interesting. So if you have one of these things at home, you can just buy loads of them. Even if you want one off of Temu, you can just get them there. So these are little picks, so you can grab pickles, apple on them. But what I use them for is I get 2 scoops of that, put it in, run a tiny bit of water, grab the pot, put it in straight out, mix it around until it looks like ketchup. So right there, I've got the food there. And then, yeah, and you've got care sheet there. And if you want to know about them, if you forget, you've got the different morphs, which are the different types of like crested gecko. You can get different types of gargoyle. So there's different morphs. So there's quite a lot of them. I think my favourite is a harlequin. And I also like 100% pinch. What are you doing? I also like 100% pinstriped. So yeah, I've got a harlequin there, that one. And let me show you how to handle him if you are going to. So let me just prop you up on a stand real quick. Let's just put you up there. So I'm gonna get him out here, and as you can see from just a second ago, he was behind there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the cage. Always remember to shut it after. Also, one other thing: wash your hands before you hold him, and wash your hands after you've held him. Because if you don't wash your hands after, you can get salmonella, and that's not good. So it's basically food poisoning. And if you don't wash your hands before, all the bacteria that was on your hands before you hold him can then get on him when you're holding him. So wash your hands before and after. So I've already washed my hands, dried them though, so that's why they look quite dry. So you're going to be really gentle, because they can drop their tail if they get scared. So they are really cute, crested geckos. They do one of the most funniest things. And one other care thing that you might want to know. So they do this, well, mine and my friend's gecko does this thing called Slippy. Yours might do this, I don't know if they all do it. It's where they start sticking to something, and all of a sudden they start to think, I don't want to stick to this anymore, and they start to stop to stick and just fall. And yeah, so sometimes they can be hard to get. And one thing, there's no signs. Well, I don't know if there's signs if they're going to drop their tail. They just drop it, and that's it. They can't grow it back. Crested geckos and gargoyle geckos can't grow their tail back. So, and neither can leopard geckos. So just be really careful, because they live for 20 years, and it can get infected if they don't have a tail. They can get bacteria and then die earlier. So be very careful whilst grabbing them. So my gecko here has got used to me. So always, so I bought my gecko from a breeder. Always when you get a gecko, wait at least 2 days to a week before you start to hold it. Because if you don't do that, then they can get really scared. And stressed and they'll drop their tail. So always wait 2 days to a week. I got really impatient and couldn't wait, and I got really excited and just really wanted to hold him, but you really got to wait, otherwise they can get stressed. And basically, yeah, so this is my gecko, and when they are about to jump, they put their feet together, in all 4 feet together. You can feel them tense up and they just leap. They can jump 3 feet, so seriously be careful when you hold them. Always do it in the cage, and only hold them when you first get them for like 5 minutes, or after you've held them for after like they get used to you. You can hold them for 15 to 20 minutes, but don't ever go over. Hold them about once or twice a day. When you first get them, do it once every other day. And yeah, so this is that one, and they've got pads on their tails, so you can feel their sticky pads on their tails. Do their water bowl, so I've got my water bowl there. And yeah, so that's my gecko. Always look at signs to see if they're stressed. If they are, then just let them settle for about a week, and then you can start to slowly start holding them again. And yeah, so that's my gecko. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe if you want another video on my gecko or on just how to look after them. Put in the comments what you want and I'll do it for you. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.